Hey, good afternoon, race fans, and welcome back into another Inside Edition of Voice of Victory Lane podcast with Kip Thompson. Hope everyone's had a great weekend and you're looking forward to a great week at work or whatever you've got going on. A lot of racing going on in our area this weekend, and I just want to tell you, we had a great weekend this past weekend at the County Line Raceway. Elm City, North Carolina was absolutely the place to be. The 14th annual running of the race for the kids. It was a great show, and hey, if you missed being there, shame on you. But hey, we're going to bring it back to life for you this afternoon. We've got a very special guest on our show this afternoon who really put on a show this weekend inside the County Line Raceway. But as always, before we get started in our show, we want to thank our show sponsor, Raging Rooster Catering out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, Tony and Bobby Jackson, a group of 30 people or more. These guys will come up. They'll show up. They'll show out. Have a wide variation of menu items on their website that you can order for a catering event for you. Also, don't ever forget Raging Rooster Catering's all-purpose season. Nothing is ever completely done. I'll vouch for that. Joey Chapman will vouch for that with the Carolina Clash Super Late Model Dirt Series, and many people that have met me in the pit area at Fayetteville Motor Speedway. Hey, nothing's ever done until you put the Raging Rooster Catering's all-purpose seasoning on your cooking coming off the grill. Take my word for it. Tell them the Voice of Victory Lane told you so. So check out on Facebook, Raging Rooster Catering out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. You will find their email address and their telephone number and get them booked for your next event today. You will not be sorry about that. And we are super excited to have them as proud sponsor of our show, Voice of Victory Lane podcast. Okay, before we get into the show and we introduce today's special guest, let's set the stage for Saturday night. Huge event inside the County Line Raceway. Elm City, North Carolina was no doubt the best place to watch the race. The place was packed. The stands were full. The pit area was full. Renegades of Dirt, Steel Block Bandits. It was a whole full field. We had Legends. We had pure stock V8s. We had front wheel drives. It was a great show. Junior Sprints came out and put on a great show. Even in the Junior Sprints division, they run 10 laps. They were side by side the whole entire 10 laps. James Foster picks up his first win in his career this weekend. A kid racing for a race for the kids. So how special was that? So congratulations goes out to him. But the Steel Block Bandits was a $5,000 50-lap race. We had the Renegades of Dirt, UMP Open Wheel Modifieds, $5,000 win for 40 laps. Today, we have on our show the winner of that race, Austin Holcombe, driver the number 8A Lethal Chassis out of Elm City, North Carolina. My man went out, and I'll just go ahead and say it up front. He protected his home turf and did a phenomenal job. Today with us on the show is Austin Holcombe out of Elm City, North Carolina. Austin, welcome to the show, man. We are super excited to have you to run with us and go with us through a phenomenal show that you put on this weekend at the County Line Raceway. Welcome to the show.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate y'all having me on.
Well, first of all, I did a little race recap video earlier on Sunday morning. Yes, it was a 40-lap feature. You led it flag to flag. Not taking anything away from that. That was absolutely great. But here's what we want to talk about. The reason why we do on our show, we do kind of a racing recap deal because everybody and their brother has Race Monitor and they have My Race Pass. Yes, you did lead all 40 laps of the feature event, but nobody knows the story of how you started up front. Okay, so I'm going to tell it again in my own words, and you correct me if I'm wrong. I was sitting there watching it, and I was just absolutely blown away that as of what just kind of came out and played in full in front of my eyes right there inside the County Line Raceway. Qualifying goes down. Austin Holcombe in the 8A Prime Electric Solutions Lethal Chassis, fast time over the whole entire field. Dodson, Drake Troutman, Chris Arnold. I can go on and on and on and on and on about the names that were there at this racetrack. Austin Holcombe qualifies on the pole. Heat races throughout the qualifying for the night. Well, the top six, the top five, whichever one it was, they made you guys do a peel draw, and lo and behold, Holcombe draws starting in the back. It was fifth or sixth. Which was it? Fifth or sixth?
It was fifth out of 6 cars.
Okay. Out of 6 cars, the guy who's the fastest in the whole entire group qualifies fifth. So, green flag drops, and these guys get dead on the loud pedal here inside Elm City's very own County Line Raceway, and it was a show, one for the books. This was better than the feature. That's my own opinion, but hey, it's our show. That's all that matters. These guys are balls to the wall. It is unbelievable. I've been to many racetracks in my life. I have witnessed many races in my life, and never once have I ever heard with my own ears a crowd cheer so loud that you could hear the crowd cheering above cars that are throttled up on the speedway. So what was it? Correct me if I'm wrong, man. I'm just so overwhelmed with the show that you put on down there. Was it a 6-lap, 10-lap? What was the feature? What was the heat race?
I think the dash was 8 laps.
Okay, 8 laps. All right, here we go. Let me set the table for everybody, and then I'm going to let Austin kind of go through kind of what was going on. Green flag drops. Austin's in the back. 5th of 6. Dodson Troutman up front. Holcombe is doing everything that he can do to protect his home turf, the County Line Raceway. He lives just behind the front straightaway on the outside, so there's no doubt this is his house. I heard after the dash from his father, Jimmy, I told Austin, hey, this is your house. Protect this. And that's exactly what you did, man. When the green flag dropped, within 2 laps, you're running third. I actually stood outside of the pit area. I was in turn 2. So I witnessed where the most nasty action I've ever seen in all of my years of dirt racing took place, not once, but twice. Okay. Coming off of turn 2, Holcombe takes the 8A, slides that piece through turn 2 between the 00 of Dodson and Drake Troutman, never touches either one of them, goes down the back straightaway. As they come down the back straightaway, dump it off into turn 3 and turn 4. Holcombe is on the inside. Drake Troutman out of Hyden, Pennsylvania, races all over the country. He comes to show his face at the County Line Raceway. He comes down the front straightaway, gets in front of Austin. Picture perfect, complete replica, absolute Xerox copy of the first slide job. Holcombe throws another one off of turn 2 in the exact same spot, picture perfect. Polaroid doesn't do it justice, and he gets past Drake Troutman out of Hyden, Pennsylvania, drive the number 7, and goes on to take the lead to win that heat race. Austin, I have to tell you, man, everybody in Elm City, North Carolina, I bet people were on their feet 10 miles down the road because you could never, ever imagine how awesome it was, what I felt watching it. But what's really cool is I stood around and I looked all around the racetrack. And when you start hearing fans cheer above the throttled up cars with the move you made, dude, it was unbelievable. Describe it from the driver's seat.
Well, first off, man, the track was phenomenal. My family that works on the track, they done a great job. They really done good preparing the track surface for us. The track was perfect all weekend. And like I said, I knew I had a good car, and I pulled that 5, and I was like, man, seems like I just kind of ride and, wait for my chance to strike. Well, lo and behold, as soon as I picked the throttle up, the car just went. I think we jumped up to 4th right to start off with. We went a lap. I threw the slider on Dotson and Taylor Cook. Got up to 2nd, ran behind Drake for a few laps, and made my move on him throwing that slider. And, man, the track was just perfect. Like I said, they were kind of running the middle to the high part of the racetrack, and that was really the best way around the track at the time. But I knew if I was going to have the opportunity to win that race, the big 40-lap race, I was going to have to get to the pole and, start from the pole position. And that's what we done. The car worked great. It was phenomenal racing. I had to do what I had to do to get to the pole, and those sliders just topped it off.
Well, there is no doubt. I promise you that today, people that were at County Line Raceway this weekend, they're still talking about not one, but two slide jobs that were absolutely incredible. I was standing there in turn two with my son, and we were slapping high fives with him. I was like, "Holy crap! Did you just see that?" Not only did he throw the slide job like that, nobody touched anyone. It was clean racing. Austin Holcombe, you without a doubt were on a mission, and you brought that piece to the front. And tell me the little talk that you had with your dad before the race, because I saw your dad after that race. He was getting ready to get on his equipment to go out and kind of resurface things for the racetrack during intermission. He said, I told him, this is your house. You better protect this. Talk about that, you and your dad getting ready for the main event.
Yeah, like I said, we had talked right before the dash, and everybody thought we had already drawn for position, but I was like, man, no, we do that on the front straightaway when we pull out to go for our dash. We don't know where we're starting at yet. So everybody was like, well, you'll be all right, you'll be fine as long as you pull in the top, top 2 or 3, 4, you'll be all right. And then lo and behold, we go out there and pull a 5 out of 6, and we got to put on a show in the dash. But like I said, I kind of enjoyed it. I think it was a great deal. It was a great race for the fans. That little dash kind of give a little appetizer for the big feature. But yeah, he told me, he's like, man, just don't worry about where you start. He's like, this is your house. You need to take what's yours. He's like, we've been hunting this one for a while, and it's time for us to shine on it.
Well, I knew that when I saw you get out of the car in Victory Lane, I heard you say, since the time that you started running the modifieds, you've always wanted to win the race for the kids. And man, you captured it Saturday night. You did it in stellar fashion, not only leading all 40 laps. I don't want to take anything away from that at all. I do not want to take anything away. I do not want to discount the fact that, yes, you did lead 40 laps in that race. But, dude, the heat race with the slide jobs, that's the icing on the cake. If you're a diabetic, put the spoon down. You can't take it. This was just absolutely unbelievable. I mean, to still think, being at County Line Raceway, and you know exactly where I'm talking about. I'm standing on the fence, on the hill, outside of turn 2. And I look all the way across over to where the press box is and all the way down the back straightaway. And the first slide job got them on their feet. The second job, you could hear them over, you guys throttled up. Man, it was just absolutely incredible. And, man, on behalf of the Victory Lane podcast, I love it, man, when you come down to Phelps Motor Speedway. I love it when you're in Racing for Heroes Victory Lane. But to be able to go to a racetrack and not have to work, of course, I thought I was off the hook. I thought I wasn't going to work Saturday night until Wesley Outland calls me up to try to help out in the Legend race, which was fine. But at least he spared me enough to watch not only your 40-lap feature and your dash race or heat race, so I could witness that myself. Dude, I'm telling you, it was absolutely incredible. Hats off to you on a great, great show.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Like I said, it's a big team effort, man. We like I said, we've been working hard. We took a few weeks off trying to prepare for, a couple big races, and weather played a factor, and we didn't get to race those. So we just kept the cars, buttoned up, ready to go. And I think that was, some of our, I guess icing on the cake too. We didn't really have to work hard. We did prior weeks, getting leaded up to this race, but we didn't really have to work real hard to the week leading up to the race. It was kind of more of a relaxed deal. Got to spend time with family, just it kind of made it nice to, to go out there, race for kids, being really prepared as much as we were. And it was really a dream come true. Like I said, that race has been a big race. Even when I wasn't racing modifieds, that race for kids race has just been around so long. And I mean, that's always been a race I've wanted to win. And now I can cross it off my bucket list. And also to, give me some momentum heading into Charlotte the next couple of weeks.
Well, absolutely, man. It was a great weekend for you. Honestly, on my end, did not know that you had never won that race for the kids event. So 14 years in the books for that. So maybe you can put out a repeat performance for year number 15 inside the County Line Raceway. All right, race fans, we are on today with the winner of the Renegades of Dirt 14th annual race for the kids inside the County Line Raceway inside Elm City, North Carolina. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to hear from our sponsor, Raging Rooster Catering out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. And when we come back, we're going to jump right back in with Austin Holcombe and find out what's left on the season for the remaining part of 2022.
Tonight's show is being sponsored by Raging Rooster Catering out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. We cater any event, big or small, weddings, holiday events, and festivals. Call us today, 910-237-4565. Follow us on Facebook at Raging Rooster Catering. We invite you to come get you some.
All right, race fans, welcome back to the second half of another Inside Edition of Voice of Victory Lane podcast with Kip Thompson. Today, we're super excited to have on the show with us Austin Holcombe, driver of the number 8A Prime Electric Solutions Lethal Chassis. He was the winner of the 14th annual Race for the Kids at the County Line Raceway this weekend with their Renegades of Dirt. $5,000 to win, 40-lap feature. And it was absolutely, I just tell you, if you were there and you paid to get in the gate, no doubt in my mind, you paid whatever it was to get in, you got your money's worth. If you weren't there, then shame on you. Thanks for watching the show today, because we're bringing back to life kind of what happened. Austin expressed inside Victory Lane, the Race for the Kids was such a special race for him since he had started in his endeavors with the modifieds. He has never won that race, but he did it. And I will tell you, I'll tip my hat to the guy. He did it in stellar fashion, and it was an awesome show. So now we're going to jump back in with Austin Holcombe. We're going to talk about what is left on the season for 2022. I know you guys, Austin, are leaving tomorrow to head to Charlotte to do some private testing, and then next week, the big show at the dirt track at Charlotte, Short Track Nationals. Let's talk about that and kind of what you got in mind for tomorrow's private testing and heading into next week.
Yeah, like I said, every year Penske, I think, rents Charlotte, the week or so before, the Short Track Nationals and the finale for the World of Outlaws. And we always, get a phone call from our shot guy, and he, hooks us up on a little private test deal, for the cars that are running Penske shocks. And we really look forward to that because it helps us get seated for where we need to get and, test on what we need to test. And, it's a real good practice session for us and, all the other guys that are involved. But it's a nice deal to be involved in. We really look forward to that every year, to try to go back because, we don't get to race Charlotte much. And when we're there for the Short Track Nationals, it's you don't really get a whole lot of time on the track. So anytime you can get on the track before you race is always phenomenal. So, yeah, we're leaving out tomorrow to go test. And then we come back home. We'll get the cars back ready, get some tires ready, and then we'll be headed back to the actual race. We'll be there probably Wednesday lining up, and we'll start on Thursday.
Well, I know that is like a huge event, Short Track America down at the dirt track of Charlotte. I know you've been there several years before, and just on behalf of all of your fans, I'll speak for them. It was such a great deal to see you put on such a performance at home in your own backyard this weekend. But from all of us here at the Voice of Victory Lane podcast, man, we wish you the best of luck and hope that maybe just you can knock down something big in Charlotte and we'd have you on the show again.
Yeah, and that'll be great. Like I said, it's a good thing, to win this race at home. I feel like I can carry a lot of momentum into that weekend. Like I said, I know I got a good feel for the car now, and we've really been hitting off on some things here lately, really having good speed. I've not really won a whole lot in the last month or so, but, man, I've had a really phenomenal year compared to years past, and I'm so thankful for all my guys, my family, my sponsors, everybody that's, getting us where we can get, everybody that supports us. But yeah, we're looking to close the year off with a bang. Like I said, we got, I think, 2 or 3 more big races to finish the year off with. So yeah, we're just looking forward to it, man. And maybe we can be back up here.
Well, when you make this statement, I haven't won as many races as I'd like to in the last month. I called your dad out on this the other night when he was on the show. He and your mom, as we were promoting the big race, he said, this year has allowed me to get out and travel a little bit and race this year. And I'm like, ho. I'm gonna call you out on that. You guys haven't traveled just a little bit, man. You have traveled a lot. And yes, I do know, I will agree with you, and not kicking it or nothing. You haven't had as many wins, in the last 30 to 45 days. But man, you guys had an awesome year when you guys were out on the road, and I mean, you were out all over everywhere. And man, we congratulate on that. 2022. Even though you say, "Hey, I haven't won as many races as I wanted to win in the last 30 days, 45 days, whatever," I think you'll agree with me. 2022 has been a pretty good year for you guys.
Yeah, it has, man. And like I said, that was kind of what I said. It's been a phenomenal year for us, and I really got to sit back and be thankful for everything we've been able to do this year. I know, between parts being so expensive, fuel being expensive, just everything went through the roof money wise, and we've just really been thankful to be able to go out and travel and race as much as we have. That's not taking or knocking anybody else that can't do that, but it's really been phenomenal for us, and I think that's really what's made me as good as a driver as I am now, is to go out there and race those many races, because we probably have 75 races this year we've been to. I think we got 17 wins altogether between the crate and the UMP car. I think we got like 12 in the UMP car. But yeah, so I think it's really been a phenomenal year for us. Got a bunch of top fives, top tens, a bunch of big races we've been out and hit. So led a bunch of laps. We've the Fairbury race we went to, I kind of wish we would have got that one a little bit, but man, it's been a phenomenal year for us. A lot of good new tracks we've been to. Just thankful, man. I'm thankful.
Well, when you throw out that number, 17 wins on the year, there are probably a lot of people all over the country that would give their right arm to be able to say that. And on behalf of the Voice of Victory Lane podcast and all of your friends down in that area, man, down in Elm City, North Carolina, and all across the state of North Carolina, actually all over the country, man, because everybody knows by now who Austin Holcombe is. I mean, congratulations, man. 17 wins in 2022 is pretty doggone strong. And we congratulate you. We wish you the best of luck for the part of 2022. And just hope that, again, that we'll have another show with you and talking about some big win that you cap off to put the lid on 2022 for you.
Oh, yeah, I appreciate it. And like I said, all the hometown fans, if they want to see me race some more, I got a website they can go on to. It's on my Facebook page, Austin Holcombe. Get on my Facebook page. I got a website you can go to. They try to keep it updated as much as possible, but some of the big races will be at Charlotte, of course, in a couple of weeks. We'll be back to Volusia at the end of November, and then we'll be at the Dome beginning of December. Y'all come check us out and come watch some of these hometown boys do their thing.
Well, I got to ask, Voice of Victory Lane podcast, your boy, that Pebble Motor Speedway, Kip Thompson. Hey, you got to send me that link yourself, man, as a text, because I got to watch you and give a little update on what's going on. Even though you're not on the show, I'm sharing everything you do. I'm sharing everything that your mom does at County Raceway and all these other racetracks, because, and I've told so many people before, we're doing these shows for the fun of it, but we're doing it to promote the sport of dirt racing because we love it. These shows are not about me, man. They're about you. They're about your family. They're about the rest of the people who race in our local community and try to give those guys recognition that they deserve. So, hey, make sure that you send your boy like a special copy of that where I can watch you on the FAFO. Yeah, that's between me and you. Kind of know what's going on where you guys are.
All right, 10-4, we'll do.
All right, guys, this afternoon, we're so delighted to have on our show today the driver of the number 8A Lethal Chassis out of Elm City, North Carolina. He put on a tremendous show. And if you missed it, hey, I hope you feel like you were there after hearing him talk about the tremendous win he had this weekend. Austin Holcombe, County Line Raceway, 14th annual race for the kids, $5,000 to win with the Renegades of Dirt. He put on a phenomenal show, led it flag to flag, 40 laps. We wish him the best of luck as he heads to Charlotte. Private testing tomorrow, and then next week, Short Track America inside the dirt track in Charlotte. For Austin Holcombe, I'm Kip Thompson, Voice of Victory Lane. Today's show is brought to you in part by Raging Rooster Catering out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Tony and Bobby Jackson. Be sure to visit their website or either their Facebook page. You can see their email address and their telephone number, Raging Rooster Catering. Hope everyone has a great week. Obviously, you can tell I'm in a different setting. I'm on vacation this week. Hey, I can't stop talking about racing. And after the show that I saw Saturday night in Austin Holcombe, I just had to stop what I was doing, get off the beach, stop, and put this show on the air. We're going to have another show later on this week, hopefully with Miss Brenda Holcombe, and we're gearing up at the Fayetteville Motor Speedway, getting ready for the Steel Block Bandits, the Cash Money 100. The Carolina Bull Ring would definitely be the greatest place to watch the race this weekend, and we hope that you'll come join us. Be sure to go to YouTube, like, share, subscribe, Voice of Victory Lane podcast, and visit our website, or either our Facebook page, Voice of Victory Lane, like and share that as well. Hope everybody has a great week. Congratulations goes out again to Austin Holcombe, driver the number 8A Lethal Chassis, with a phenomenal performance this weekend inside the County Line Raceway. Surely a performance that will be talked about for a long time. Everybody have a great week. I know Austin's about to hang up with me. He's going to the state fair with his family. Ben, have a great time. Everybody have a great week, and we'll see you right back here with another show coming up soon. And wherever you go this weekend, be sure to support a local track and be on the lookout. I could be coming to a racetrack near you. You could be who we're talking about next on our show. Have a great day, everybody. Happy Monday. Hey, and thanks for watching the show. We'll see you guys soon.